So you can see, again, we can't really see the striations, the lighting's not so good. You can't really see that, can you? Can you see that? I can't really see the striation. Here we go, got a quick video here. Dr. McDougall giving the sugar the thumbs up. Corn, rice, potatoes, added sugar. It's sugar, 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 sugar. And here's McDougall. Listen to this, and I'll give my feedback at the end of it. Check it out.
Fat is coming from. I picked up this paper just this morning. This was a study where they fed let's say about 1,500 calories to two groups of overweight women. And they made some of the calories sucrose, simple sugar, table sugar. And they made other calories aspartame and also starch to see what would happen to these people. And they fed them in a metabolic ward. And they fed them the exact number of calories, the exact number of protein, carbohydrate, exact number of all the ingredients, except for the fact that the sugars were either sucrose, your simple white sugar, or it was a starch, to see whether or not it made any difference in terms of your triglycerides, cholesterol levels, body weight, and even your mood, depression, hunger, your negative mood. And they found no difference at all between feeding starch or simple sugar to people, indicating one indication that sugar is not the problem. Gain weight by eating simple sugar. I gave an example in my starch solution book, and I explained to you had to eat 135 grams of sugar, I believe it was, a day. And you had to eat it for 4 months in order to gain a pound of fat. It's almost impossible to take and gain fat by eating sugar. You can't do it. The body has a mechanism for converting carbohydrate, sugar. Remember, carbohydrate, sugar. I'm talking about rice, corn, potatoes, white sugar, etc. It does have a mechanism. It's called de novo lipogenesis. The de novo, the new conversion of carbohydrate into fat. We do have a mechanism, but it's not very efficient. Cows and pigs have very efficient mechanisms for doing that. That's why they're efficient food animals, but people don't. And so when we eat large amounts of sugar, not much of it turns into body fat. Most of it is burnt off as fidgety motions, as body heat, because it's too inefficient for the human body to do it. Now, when we take fat, okay, remember I told you sugar was a ring structure? It's a 5-carbon ring structure, very stable. If you're a chemist, you know it's very stable. And to take and turn this ring structure into a chain of carbons takes a lot of work for the body to do. It costs 30% of the calories. And in the food, it takes 30% of the calories that you just ate to make that conversion from a ring structure to a chain structure. And because that's so efficient, the body doesn't want to do it, doesn't like to do it. When it comes to fat, fat comes into the body already as a chain of carbons in the same form that it's stored. So all it does is it moves the fat from the fork and spoon. It moves these chains of carbon onto your spoon, down your gut, into your belly, through your intestinal wall, into your blood, and then whoop, right into your fat cells. It does it with a cost of 3% of the calories. And it does it so efficiently that it doesn't even change the chemical structure of the fat. This is one of the interesting things that everybody should know. But too few people do know, because this is science that was done 20, 30 years ago. And once you've done it, once you've proven it, once you've shown it, the researchers want to go on to new and more interesting things. But what they showed is that the kind of fat that people eat is represented in their body fat. For example, if you eat trans fats, remember the kind they used to sell, the margarines and the Criscos, the dangerous trans fats. If you eat trans fats, they will go into your body without being rearranged, and they'll be stuck into your fat cells, so that I can come up to you with a needle and I can shove it in your body fat, suck the fat out, take it to the lab, analyze it, and I'll find your body fat is full of trans fats. If you are a big cold water marine fish eater, in other words, you eat a lot of omega-3 fats, same thing. I can just go up there and stick a needle in your thigh or buttocks or abdomen, suck it out, take it to the lab, analyze it, and you'll be full of omega-3 fats. dairy products have a specific kind of fat. It's got a double bond at the C15, C17 position. And if you're a big animal food eater, particularly dairy eater, I can biopsy your fat and I can tell what you like to eat. So the body moves the fat effortlessly, doesn't even change the physical structure. The fat you eat is the fat you wear. If you want a mantra and you're trying to lose weight, well, I guess it could be the other way. If you want a mantra to roll over in your head every few seconds, just say to yourself, the fat I eat is the fat I wear. Just say to yourself, the fat I eat is the fat I wear. Just say to yourself, the fat I eat is the fat I wear.
Well, the lighting's a bit not too good. You always got to have down lighting. But you can see, again, all these idiots out there who just have no idea. And even Vegan Gains. Don't hate Vegan Gains, bring him up again, but he's just a young idiot. Not a young idiot. He's young, but just because you... No, let's take that back. He's just an idiot. No, he's not even an idiot. He's just jealous. He's not as lean as me, and his girlfriend's not as lean as Free. So he likes to cite McDougall all the time, but then when McDougall says, sugar doesn't make you fat, Vegan Gains loses it and says, oh, you should eat 20 to 30% of your calories from fat. Here's the thing. Richard's never trained anybody to get in shape. There's so many people out there who've never trained anyone to sustain in shape. Even the personal trainers at the gym who do train people for a living, how many of these people actually get long-term results? How many of these people who actually train people are even lean themselves? And I mean lean without the drugs. Lean without the drugs. How many of them? And how many of them are lean without having to starve themselves or do crazy exercise regimes? Some people are like, oh, so you do crazy stuff. This morning I woke up and I was going to pace Georgina and Kieran for a PR at Doisetet. And I got up and the roads are wet. And I went to meet him. I said, look, the roads are wet. I'm just going to go back to work. You know, so I like to do my sport. I like to move my body. I use my bicycle as transport. I wouldn't call that extreme. Some people do. That's sad. And those people, I'll just say, you got to carve the fuck up. But to all those people out there who are like, they just got to train. Well, I know heaps of people who eat animal products and stuff, and they have to train. Because if they don't, they'll blow out. Me and Freely, we don't have to train because we're doing this long-term. Long-term, baby. So you got plenty of people flashing the pans, they've been on YouTube for a month or a year, and all of a sudden they're experts or whatever, or they've trained like one person or whatever. But they got, you know, it's just, but again, McDougall even fucking says it. There's the science, man. So you got me. You got Freely, you got fucking all thousands of people we've trained up. Not everyone wants to be on YouTube getting the haters from the hate from the haters. But there's so many crew on YouTube, isn't there, in the vegan scene who are lean, who follow our advice. Even if they hate us. Like, it is a funny world. But again, okay, so the debate, I'm sidetracking here. I'm not trying to make it personal or whatever. You know, trash, bomb gains, etc. But Richard, you've got to go for the drugs. That's another video. I did a video the other day. Anyway, let's keep on track. Does sugar make you fat? The science says impossible. 1 pound for 4 months of eating 135 grams of sugar on top of your normal calories. Refined sugar on top of your normal calories. So these people who are claiming all this stuff, they're gaining weight or whatever, there's other stories to that. There's people out there I've met. This is in my 20 years of experience, all right? Let me. I'm not going to mention any names because otherwise I'll take things out of context. But reality is, I've been training people for 20 years. Since 1996, my friend Nicole, she wanted to lose weight. She saw a photo of herself. She's like, Harley, will you be my walking buddy, my jogging buddy? So every day I'd come home from work as a bike courier or where I was studying, and we'd go for a walk around like an hour loop every day. You know, pretty much every day for years. And she lost the weight and she ate better and stuff like that. She did starve though, looking back, because I didn't really know. She didn't really know, but I didn't really know how to spot eating disorders back then either. But we got results, and that was a stepping stone. And I was like, I really enjoy helping people attain their goals, and I've learnt a lot in the last 20 years. 20 years, it goes fast. Fuck, wow, 20 years. Anyway, so I've learnt that people will lie because we're scared people will find out we're not perfect. And also, some people will eat KFC behind the scenes, or they're smashing the chocolate or the yogurt or the cheese and stuff like that. Not vegan stuff, like dairy stuff, because they just feel like, I can't, you know, they believe they're a food addict or whatever. So you've got people who are smashing the KFC and they're still claiming to be vegan. You got people on smashing the cheese, the dairy cheese, and claiming to be vegan because a lot of their friends are vegan or they're on YouTube or whatever, and they're like, oh, I don't want to, get hating. And they're like, okay, tomorrow will be better. Today I fucked up. I have another kilo of cheese, and tomorrow will be better. And there's definitely those people out there. 100% I put my life on it. Also, there's a group of people out there who are on medications that cause massive weight gain. Some antidepressants or antipsychotic medications or some hormonal medications or stuff for Cushing's syndrome or whatever. And they might, because if you tell people who are on meds, some people are like, oh, what's wrong with you? So often we don't mention that at all because of social disapproval. And then another third group is where people have had anorexia in the past or done a water fast or juice fast, and then they gain their weight from adaptive thermogenesis. All right? So one is people who are sneaking shit and they feel ashamed, they don't want to tell you about it. Doesn't make them bad people. They just got to carb the fuck up enough so they don't want the shit. Two, you got people on medications. It makes you gain weight. If anyone out there says some medications don't make you gain 20, 30 kilos or whatever, you have no fucking experience at all. I have experience in that. It's 100% true. Third group is the adaptive thermogenesis, the metabolic damage group, where they're gaining because of the starvation. Okay, so bottom line, there's a fucking answer for every one of your questions out there about weight gain or whatever. There's medication, there's sneaking foods, there's the adaptive thermogenesis. And McDougall even proves it. He backs up with the science. This is like the finish of this discussion. I don't want any more questions ever about this ever again. Which will last about the next 2 minutes. But do you know what but so I understand, I'll make this video. This is the 100% answer. I'll never have to do the video again about this, but I will anyway, because that's the nature of the internet and that's the nature of humans. There's always new people coming in. So does sugar make you fat? It's just, I get that question every day. Even though people say, you're too lean, durianrider. You and Freely are fucking look like meth addicts, man. You look like that Struggle Street documentary. SBS in Australia from Mount Druitt, Sydney. You guys look like you got cast from the fucking Struggle Street. We could be extras on Struggle Street or Benefit Street in the UK. We could be extras for that, man, because we look like smackers. No one, and we're close to 40, no one our age who's close to 40 on the Gold Coast as lean as us is drug-free. Or maybe they ain't like us. You know what I mean? Like we look like smackies, man. And so do our friends who are eating similar and looking similar. But bottom line, that's the truth, man, is impossible to get fat eating sugar. Impossible from sugar alone. Impossible. If it was true, then I wouldn't eat sugar. Because I'll be honest with you, man, I like being lean. And the reason I don't stay on steroids and be a fake natty is because when I was on steroids, I'll be honest with you, man, my climbing sucked. My climbing sucked. I didn't set any PRs. Have a look on Strava. You can see that my best ever 10-minute power output, highest watts per kilo, was in early 2014 and late 2013 when I was like super, super lightweight and just pumping it out. So steroids definitely don't help with cycling. For one-day races, maybe. Sprints, yes. But for climbing, no way. EPO, that's where it's at. Because steroids make you gain too much weight. And that's another thing as well, is I didn't change my calories, I didn't change my training, but I put on like 7 kilos just from taking micrograms of hormones. Micrograms. So people out there saying that it's calories in, calories out, whenever someone says that, they just highlight their total, utter ignorance on how hormones work in the body, how adaptive thermogenesis, how fat, protein, carbohydrate, calories are different, how insulin works. They totally expose their ignorance. It doesn't make them bad people. They're just sincere but sincerely wrong. End of the day. The fat you eat is the fat you wear. And the carbs you eat is the fucking life you can live with. Carb the fuck up. Get it done. Get it fucking done. Oh, yeah. DEXA scan, baby. 3.9%. DEXA scans, bod pods, underwater weighing, skin folds, they're all a lot of bullshit. They don't really fucking prove anything. If you look lean, you're fucking lean. Alright? You can get your 3.9% body fat like me or whatever. But if you're lean, you're lean. Alright? If you got a bit of jiggle, that'll go away long term. You want proof? What do I have to do? What do I have to do? I do the test, I do the blood test, I do the VO2 max test, I do the steroids test, I do the fucking HIV test, man. I do everything. And some people just don't fucking get it. What is it? What the fuck is it?
Carbs, carb the fuck up, motherfuckers. Carb the fuck up. Corn, rice, potatoes, yams, bananas, mangoes, dates, plantain, melons, blueberries, blackberries, mulberries. Get them motherfucking carbohydrates in. Go vegan, motherfuckers. Carb the fuck up, the fuck up, the fuck up.